Going live. Going live.
Going live.
3, 2, 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think we're live.
Hey!
Oh, you did that on purpose. It's Saturday at the shop.
It is Saturday at the shop.
Good morning, and we've got a full house this morning.
We have a full house this morning,
and we're late.
There isn't one quiet sumbitch in this entire place. You notice that?
It is now.
Yeah, it is.
Good morning to the world.
Oh, look, Jake Powell.
Oh, Kayla Parker's on.
Well, Kayla's probably got an ice pack on her head right now. Did you see her last night?
Yeah, she was having a good. Oh, she's not supposed to. No one's supposed to know she was here last night.
Oh, Kyla Parker.
Kyla
Parker.
Good morning. Hey, look who stopped in. Good morning, Edgar.
Edgar Hoya.
Today, what are we talking about?
Last night's event.
And
I don't know.
Football season. And upcoming
I hate
too.
That shit when you do that.
I know. Casey's on. And
as usual.
I just want to say thank you.
I wonder if he rolls over in bed to turn on his phone or.
He's down in Nicaragua. And I'll tell you what, Casey Hogan called me 3 times, 3 international calls on my birthday. Just to say thank you.
Wow. I thought he was calling to tell you where our product was at.
No, he was calling to say happy birthday.
Oh, that'd be nice. Well, if he's in Nicaragua, why don't you find out where our product is?
It's on the way, I think. He said it's USPS. It's on the way.
Epicures.
Good morning, Eric.
Nice to have those.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, sorry, we're a little bit late.
Kayla. Or Kyla Parker Smith.
Kyla Parker Smith picking her nose. So last night was a good one.
Maybe the coolest cigar event in the history of cigar events.
Definitely this month.
Or, this year.
No, that was incredible. What are you smoking right now?
I'm smoking our 1880 Lancero.
And
it was so last night was a 2-pronged approach. Number one, this was the second release of the Casa Torrent 1880 ICC exclusive. This is a magical cigar. Our friend Patrick Martin, owner of Petoro, said it's a world-class cigar. World-class.
That means a lot. That means a lot.
From Switzerland. 12-year-old wrapper, 12-year-old filler, 8-year-old binder, rolled and blended, or not rolled, but blended by Edgar Hoya. So we have this conversation with Edgar at the show, and we said, everybody talks about what's in the wrapper, the binder, the filler, but no one knows what that means to us.
No.
So would you come to us as a blender and tell us what you use these things for? He did the coolest thing. He brought, what are they called? You speak Spanish.
Holochos.
That's what I said. Almost exactly what I said. So he had wrapper, which was the 1880s wrapper.
Yep.
Rolled
Binders.
just in one little cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a binder. I can't remember where the binder was from.
2 binders. So he had a binder that was from Nicaragua.
And then, no, the 2 fillers. One was Nicaragua, one was
There's a lot of information to take in last night.
But what was cool was being able to smoke each one individually and see how they all taste.
And smoke them all together at the same time. And
that was cool.
Ron Hancock, Billy Bonger was going Edward cigar hands, smoking each one like this.
And then shoving them all. We had one guy that was shoving 4 cigars in his mouth at one time.
It didn't look cool, but it was
not
tasty.
A pretty look. But it was so cool. And then I smoked the 1880 wrapper, and sweat broke out on my head.
Ty left. Ty disappeared.
Ty said that our brick started waving like this. So I don't know what's in it, but we might have a whole other.
It was absolutely.
The event was about an hour and a half. People were coming up to Edgar after the event, just literally blown away, and just a whole different appreciation for the art form of manufacturing cigars. And it was a real special event. I said, 8 days we spent in Nicaragua, I learned more in an hour and a half just sitting there going through that process.
I would say, and that's it. Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, everyone. Hey, what was your biggest takeaway? What was the most surprising little lesson that you got in 15 seconds?
God, there were so many things. I think just really having the impact of being able to smoke the separate binders, fillers, and wrapper, smoke them independently, then smoking them together to see how it all blends together.
Who's here?
And then
Romby Bryant.
Romby's here.
Holy cow! Good morning, Romby. Whoa,
It's a football day, and he's a football player.
that's it. So smoking them together and
Smoking
seeing
them
how it
together,
works.
and then I'll tell you when it all tied together was then picking up the 1880 and smoking it and tasting all of the cigar put together with that extra age on it.
Uh-huh.
It was so good.
That
So
was-
good. What about yours?
You know what? The biggest thing was when we went to Nicaragua. What they had taught us is you have the plant. Now this is not to scale because these plants can get 11 feet tall, but the tobacco plant in Nicaragua is split up into 3 parts: Viso, Seco, Ligero, and it has to do with where it's at, and basically the thirds. But what Mexican tobacco is doing, it sounds like many people are doing, is based on what's called primings.
Right.
And priming has to do with the levels. Look at it like the tiers of a cake. You have the level of one set of leaves. That's the first priming. Second, third, fourth, and it goes to fifth, I believe.
And he said that they cap it. Each priming is 3 rows of leaves, and they cap it. Otherwise, the plant would get to like 10 feet, and all the nutrients would go out, and then the leaves themselves would be small. So by capping it, it made the leaves large.
and it was really cool. And one of my favorite elements of it was RD was here, and he said, "Hey, so tell me about this. How do you get this big leaf into that tiny little thing?" And Edgar goes, "Okay, here, give me these leaves," because he brought these big, just bundles of young leaf. And he said, "Here, just give me those." So he grabs a binder and a wrapper, and he deveins it and wraps it up, and then just starts doing the accordion technique and rolls these things. And you can see it on our Instagram story on our Facebook.
Yeah,
Boom, 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 rolls them up, cuts it, hands it out, and he's just rolling it and handing it out. That was a really cool thing.
The whole experience was just so informative, and it's about educating our customers and giving them an experience that's beyond just getting a cigar and enjoying the place.
Yeah.
So it was really, really a fun night. Next time we do it, you guys have to be here.
There will be a next time. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who's bummed out. Chris Pennington. Chris Pennington did not.
He is in South Carolina. I bet you they didn't do this in South Carolina.
I bet they did not.
No.
So what else is going on? Can you talk about my future trophy here?
Well, we can talk about the one I'm currently the owner of. This is I need Nathan to pick it up. We need our, you'll notice that the guy that finished second is the loudest. But this was our fantasy trophy. It's made out of Formula One car parts. And there will be a beautiful plaque right here that will note not only last year's champion, which was me, but also the first loser, which was Ty Demering. So I don't think that he'll be that high this year based on his pick because I took most of the guys.
Yeah, we did that this morning. And so what does that mean? That celebrates the beginning of
football season. Thank God.
Hallelujah. Jesus. How many baseball games
ever end?
I just don't think, other than soccer, what is the point of competing for the worst sport in the world?
I don't know. But any sport that takes 165 games to figure out who's the best, fundamentally, that's a problem. 16 weeks, you know who the best team is.
You're exactly right. Let's figure it out. And tonight, we figure out if Scott Frost is going to be the greatest.
Frost is the second coming to Nebraska. He is Tom Osborne, reincarnated. He's going to make the Huskers go. So if you know any Husker fans, send them in. If you're a Husker fan, come on in. Tell us you're a Husker fan. We'll probably give you a cigar.
We should do a football bracket. That'd be an interesting concept.
We should.
Let's think of how that could work through. That would be cool. If you've seen this happen before, let me know. And hey,
guess who was here this week?
Stop that.
Guess who was here this week? 2 Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
State their numbers.
I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, we can.
5, 4, and 2, 1.
Yeah. 54 and 21 from the Cowboys were here this week.
You're supposed to say that, though.
Why?
Because
they posted pictures.
Oh, all right. As long as they posted pictures.
The moral of the story is you never know who you're going to see it.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's a guy who came in that was a fan of Edgar Hoya's last Saturday, and he's standing in there. He's like, Edgar Hoya's going to be here? Son of a bitch. Edgar Hoya comes walking in the door. It's like, that's Edgar. And he thought,
that was.
it's like, you never know.
Really? He's going to be. Oh my God!
You never know who you're going to run into.
Never.
Thank you very much, Jake Powell, JP, for throwing in yet again.
Oh, that's a quote from Doug Heisler.
Another week of a great quote from JP.
That is, but
today,
but here he's
just
brown nosing Doug Heisler.
Yeah, that's it. Baseball
Doug is still a baseball fan.
That's it.
They're
Royal Cigar Lounge. That place sounds nice. Sounds nice.
Sounds very royal.
Good morning, Royal.
Good morning.
Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah.
You know who else was in?
Who?
Do you know who else was in?
No.
That look familiar to you?
That looks like my Patoro. This is the new. I think it's pronounced like Platino.
Okay.
Or maybe not. I don't know.
But maybe it is.
But it's the new Black Label Patoro. Oh my goodness. It's so good. And actually, this is yours because I already smoked mine, and Andrew punched me.
And I gave you mine in Vegas. But it doesn't matter. I don't feel too bad because I'm going to be smoking Patoros in the Patoro Lounge in about 2 weeks in Switzerland, smoking stuff that we can't get. All right, no, I take that back. I'll actually smoke that.
Okay, so I still have yet to leave the United States of America, and you've been to Thailand.
I have been to Thailand.
Your daughter's going to have more international travel before she's 2.
She already has, I don't know how many Mexican stamps on there. So here's a question. September 11th marks the 1-year anniversary of us opening the door for the first time.
Yeah.
What should we smoke to celebrate the 1-year anniversary? What should we? If it was 1 year, what would you smoke?
Big anniversary. Pretty big deal around here.
What are you going to smoke?
You know what? We have a collection of vintage cigars. We have pre-embargo Cubans from 1930, but there is a cigar back there called the Optimate, and it's 101 years old. And I think I'm going to smoke that for real. 101 years old.
101. Wow. I smoked one. Elliot actually gave me one for my birthday on Thursday. 98 years old.
Isn't that amazing?
It's weird because it turns you into a historian. You're going, how old was how old is this cigar really? And what I found out was that cigar is 8 years younger than Fire Escapes.
Yeah, it was the year.
The Triangle Shirt Factory happened in 1911. They didn't enact them until 1913, and that cigar is 1920. So you've got 7 years of Fire Escape before.
Yeah, I mean, World War I broke out. Yeah, I mean, it's just it kind of definitely takes you back in time. You start thinking about those things.
It showed like June 18th was the first documented recording of a Red Scare, of a communism scare in the United States. Wow. That year has rolled. So having that, I think you're right. I think talking about the history of what we've done in a year, and then the history of what's happened, and kind of setting our own legacy.
What are you going to smoke?
Yeah,
we would like you to come in and celebrate with us.
Matt loves Matt. I tell you what, he is liking those Southern draws right now. Southern draw, that's got legacy.
Yeah.
What are some special ones that you'll gravitate towards? So
Adrian's got it as dead nuts on Byron Elegante. Although that new Byron, the
Aristocrat.
The Aristocrat's awesome, but the Epic Poema is epic.
Is that dark leaf one?
Yeah.
I need to try that.
It's good.
I need to try. I'll tell you, we have some really.
September 14th. Who's coming in?
Nelson Alfonso,
owner of Atabay, flying in from Spain
to come hang out at the shop.
To come hang out with us at the shop. And where are you going to be?
So I'm going to be looking at Northern Lights.
Well, it's so.
I know, but the thing is, Nelson. God, I wish I could be here for that. I mean, what a special time. So he's coming in to hang out with us before he makes his way back to Cuba. Is he going back to Cuba?
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be fun. I'm.
But what should we smoke?
It's just to reflect. It's been, it's been a year, and we think about the people we've met, the things that we've been able to do, and it's just to me to think that we've got years and years and years of this to come, and it was almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
How many? Just think of, I mean, just some of the cool people that we've met. I mean, just set aside the 150 members that we have that are just we've become very close with. But you know, it hit me last night when
If you don't stop hitting me, we're gonna step outside.
I got that old man straight, and I bite dirty. So, but last night everybody's like, "Hey, I want to listen to some good music." Montel Jordan. Turned on the Montel Jordan station. Montel was here this year.
Yeah, that was cool to sit with Montel Jordan's son, Montel Jordan, and you, and to sit there and go, I grew up listening to that guy's music with that guy. Wow, this is how we do it comes on. You know,
that was cool. Just it's Cedric was awesome. I mean,
let's stop talking about all the. That's a private thing.
Oh well, no one knows who Cedric is.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be anyone.
Yeah, it could be. No one knows.
No
one knows. So,
and all these guys are here when he was here. Anyway.
Oh, here's a good question. What advice do you have? They just opened 2 months ago. Advice. Send me a question.
That is a great question.
A very, very good question. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in 1 year?
Well, he's asking for advice. The advice is absolutely put your customer first. Don't pretend you're doing it. Do it. And when you take care of your customers will take care of you. No doubt. You have to do that. And and the thing is between you and your brothers, all of us here, to see how close that we have become with our members is just absolutely incredible. So customer first. Don't worry about what happens from the humidor to the front counter. Worry about what happens from the front counter to their experience in the shop. If you do that, you're going to be fine.
I would say keep the toilets clean.
Absolutely. We're not joking.
No, and what I mean by that is from a branding guys, right? Your toilet is your brand, right? Don't put your brand in the toilet. But what I'm saying is if you're willing to put in the work on the things that are not as fun, there's an element on Saturday morning when I come in. It's like I'm cleaning the toilets. As an owner, I know this is something I never want to give up. I want to focus on making sure that the elements that are not fun are well taken care of. If we can focus on those, all the fun stuff becomes natural. And at the end of it, you know that you've done it. So when you're showing someone around, you can go, hey, this, I know I can have wives come in here and they'll be,
we're always giving tours.
Stay clean.
And just stay clean. If you don't pay attention to those details, customers will wonder what you're not paying attention to someplace else.
I couldn't agree more. And that is, I'd say my biggest surprise over the past year is, we spent 6 years planning this. So there was a certain element that we came to it, if I'm being honest, and I thought, okay, we know the market well enough and we know people and they've helped shape the shop so we can have it set up. But it is the people that we've met since the doors opened. And that's something that I was the most surprised about is you never know who's going to walk through that door, from a business owner, Darren Chaffee, or Nelson Alfonso.
Yeah.
But then you look at cigar reps, and I think finding that balance of aligning yourself with the people that represent these brands. Well, Guillermo is a great guy. Or is a great guy. You have Andrew Brennan. There's a number of names that we can go through.
Glenn Case came in this week, the owner of Christoph.
But
super guy.
But then it gets to guys like Mark McClurkin. I've never met Mark before this, but now he's just a guy I know. The amount of 3 a.m. friends that we were able to create. If something happens, we know that we have a great structure, and it's a very cool thing.
Yeah,
so thank you for being a part of that. Everyone who is a part of it, everyone who's on here, even if you don't live in this area, thank you so much for being a part of making this happen. It's been tremendous.
Actually, I think Royal is the guys that are in Columbus where Anton hangs out.
Oh, that's right. I've seen pictures of that shop. It looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful.
It's if that's where Anton is.
If that's where Anton's at, thanks for sending Anton down here.
Yeah.
We have
Okay, you
established.
said, yeah, that's where they are. Yeah, come
great-
on down. Come on down. We'll take
He
care of
is
it.
such a cool dude.
Yeah.
I love Anton. He is
Could you
awesome.
imagine that? So, Anton, Zeke's barber. So anytime Zeke needs his haircut, he flies him down here. He gets to hang around and cut his hair and then go back. I mean,
Yeah, there's
the guy
worse things you can
he's got
do.
it figured out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That is. What else we have? What else we have? What else we have coming
Cigars.
up, would you say?
Cigars and cars.
Yeah, let's stress that for a second. Cigars and cars. Now that the weather's getting better, it's going to be fantastic to come hang out. That guy, hopefully with that 911 RS flying down the tollway,
Yeah.
will be here.
Cars and coffee is getting over with now.
That is. Oh yeah, we talked about open up a shop. That's right. You know what? I'm gonna send your ass to Oregon, and you're gonna go open a shop. But let's back
Oregon
up.
is pretty
Let's talk about
with
cars.
their 90% tobacco tax.
Yeah, that one's rough.
Yeah.
If you live in Oregon, how about you just buy it from us, skip the tax, we'll send it out to you. But cigars and cars, next week, that's going to be 10 o'clock.
Smoking rides.
We
Keep going.
What we're going to do, let's reach out to Crush. Hopefully Crush is listening because those breakfast tacos are next level. Let's get some breakfast tacos out here. Are there any local coffee roasters that need to be here? And let's just come hang out. Let's have some cigars. It's free entry. It's open to the family. It's outdoor. We'll have this open. It is. It's going to be great.
We air condition it.
No, we don't.
Oh,
The shop.
I was gonna. Yeah, the shop's air conditioned.
Oh, shop's air conditioning. Yeah,
that's
it.
what I meant.
You know what? This is a good question that's being asked. When is the Industrial Cigar Company golf tournament? And to answer your question, here's the idea. Instead of doing a one-off golf tournament, we're thinking Ryder Cup. Other shops in the area, and we're working on developing these partnerships across the DFW area, and it's a shop-to-shop, you know.
We would like to throw the challenge down to have any shops put together a 4-man or 6-man team. And during the Ryder Cup, we actually do a Ryder Cup. We'll create a trophy, not as cool as this, but we'll create a trophy that can go from store to store, and we can do it every year.
I think it's
I think
brilliant.
it'd be so much fun.
So
We haven't been able to get any takers yet.
well, Silverleaf in Fort Worth.
Those
Euless.
guys probably would. What
Yep,
about the guys
Michaels.
that we met from Grapevine?
Yeah, I think Grapevine would be. Hey, you know a cigar shop? If you're in a DFW cigar shop, tell them, hey, the industrial guys want to get together a golf tournament. Let's make this thing happen. Let's challenge up. But it goes with, I think we should say that we kind of have a ringer.
No, don't tell them that.
Okay.
We have nobody that can play
We
golf.
have no one that can play golf.
Not even your brother that's a PGA professional.
That's it. Yeah. So,
So-
got a chance to let them know. Let's play some golf. So
I think we should talk more trash myself, but let's go ahead and just stick with it.
no, let's keep
We'll
it,
go low key.
keep it
Kinda like
low key.
I've never
high
played
road.
pool before. I'll play for
Oh.
500.
You know, yeah, that'd be. Maybe when we put in a bowling alley, we'll start doing ringer kingpin style.
That would be sweet.
That's it.
Bowling alley.
Bowling alley.
You know what we need to do?
We need a bowling alley. Can we not gloss over that?
I would say something, but I'm not gonna.
Okay.
But I do like the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And every week we keep getting more and more and more people participating in this. This is so cool.
It
Thank
is.
you guys for spending the morning with
That's
us.
a good
We're a little
point.
late. We'll normally do it at 10, but
at 10 sharp. We've never been on time, but it's
10's
on 10 sharp.
we're,
And
it'll happen
so,
during.
Look, we're
we'll
out
be
of
at 10
it.
in it.
You're boring me. I'm boring myself.
I'm bored as hell. Huskers,
Huskers,
Nelson
7 o'clock.
Alfonso, Edgar Hoya, man, you are the best.
Thank you for this.
And by the way, 1880's. I can talk about how many boxes we sold last night.
No, we just need to say you need to get in because we don't have many left.
We
If you
have
want some.
we have exactly 8 boxes left, and we sold 50 last night.
We only have 8 boxes left.
50 boxes last night. In an hour
So
and a half.
come in. We're going to be here basically all day until the Husker game happens.
7
and we're
o'clock.
All going to get rowdy.
Nathan Scotch Society's tonight. If you're a
Okay.
member, you already know who you are, and you'll be part of this Scotch Society.
That's it. And so
Um,
until next week, I'm cutting you off.
Get here early because the stupid soccer game is on.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
get your seat, get your parking space early.
That's it. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. Peace, love, and damn it, I
Chicken
can never
grease.
remember what that.
Peace, love, and chicken grease, or
See
something
ya.
like that.
See you later. Thanks a lot.
Peace.